Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We will be doing another episode of which school is the best primary school in Singapore. So, I don't know if you guys enjoyed the last episode of which is the best primary school in Singapore, but there are more schools I want to comment on, so I thought, you know what, let's just do another episode of this. And well, I feel like I talked way too much in the last episode, so I'm gonna try to keep my nonsense, at a minimum. Yeah, so before that, I kind of wanted to share, what I've been up to. So I created this sneaker sculpture, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it because of the light, but I'm pretty proud of it, If you want to get a better look of this, please check out my Instagram account here and take a look at other sneakers as well, whether or not you like it or not. Just follow. Also subscribe to my channel, like this video. Yeah, let's start. First school, Haig Girls School. So the best thing about the school, they have a lot of workshops, so it's kind of enjoyable. We also had a lot of opportunities to do something related to the arts. I think creativity, space to experiment and actually craft things. I think it's pretty important to do hands-on work, especially when you're young. First thing about the school, the toilet smells bad. I'm not gonna really look at this point because this isn't just one school. Pretty much all Singapore's local schools, the toilets smell and stink like hell. Like in primary school, I literally tried not to go to the toilet when I was in school. I went to the toilet before school at home, and I rushed home to go to the toilet quite a number of times because I refused to go to the toilet. Oh my god, who's walking? Ew, oh my god, is that a mosquito? I see a mosquito. Okay, please don't bite me. Best experience in school. Every day's a good experience. Wish I could think like that. Worst experience in school. I fell down and got injured. This can happen anywhere. Rate the school 9 out of 10. Pretty high. Alright, yeah, so the vibe of the school, I give it an 8.5 out of a 10. School activities, I think it's also really fulfilling. 8.5 out of a 10. Academics and teachers, I think the fact that the school activities are good means that classes are fun too. Well, maybe not. I can't really judge, so just give it a 7. Food, nothing about the food, so 7. Facilities, 7. Wait, no, toilet. 6. But toilet, I can't really judge the school because of that, because every school is like that. And there's another person who went to Haig Girls School. Best thing about the school, team spirit is amazing. Friendships were really good. Maybe because everyone was so innocent since they were all young. Worst thing about the school, focus too much on the subjects like practice paper and assessments, but not really on projects and stuff. Best experience in school, SYF. I forgot what SYF stands for, but it's like a competition. I need to search it up. Anyways, emotional and thrilling year because I was the CC leader, and to be able to help out as much as I can and see how much everyone is progressing and working hard really made me feel good. This experience in particular, yeah, really great, you can write an essay about it. Worst experience in school. During recess, made the prefects do a lot of work and really have to run here and there for the whole time and can't have recess. Rate the school 10 out of a 10. Really loved the atmosphere of my school on a whole. Yeah, both of them rated this school pretty high. I feel like it's very cohesive and not cohesive, sorry, but is it? Yeah, I feel like the school itself is really bonded, yes. Someone just came knocking on the door. I can't really say much about make the prefects do a lot of work, because I feel like in any local school in Singapore, when you become a prefect, you can't really have recess in the way that you want to, so you really have to be prepared for that. Alright, next. I'm talking way too much again. Raffles Girls Primary School. Well, I don't know about the primary school, but the secondary school was known to be a very smart school. Best thing about the school, a lot of facilities and a big campus. Yeah, I'd say Raffles Girls, like primary school and secondary school, their facilities are like perfect. So I think for that, it's a really good school. Really interesting talent shows and stuff to watch at school. But this, well, I feel like, in my opinion, it's not that unique, because I feel like every local school has really interesting events. Worst thing about the school, people in school were honestly really mean, and the teachers did not really do anything to stop it. Very cliquish, but everyone had small friend groups that they hung out with. So maybe no one left behind? If it's something like that, I think it's still fine. Best experience in school, P1 to P2. Yeah, everyone's just so innocent right there, and like, yeah, I really do miss primary 1, primary 2. Though I'd say in my primary school experience, I think I enjoyed primary 4, 5, 6 the most. The last 3 years were fun. Yeah. For me, worst experience in school, not being able to have the whole cohort be united and it actually being separated. Not having enough action from the teachers to prevent that. Raffles Girls Primary School, not really bonded as a school, I guess. I'm not really liking that. Rating of the school, 5 out of 10. Quite low, I'd say. So the school vibe, 4 out of 10. I'm not really getting fun vibes and like really like team spirit kind of a vibe in the school. School activities, I think really having a big campus allows students to have a lot of fun activities, so I give it like an 8. I don't really know, I'm just assuming, but 8 out of 10. Academics and teachers, I think Raffles Girls Primary School, yeah, Raffles Girls really put strength in that, I think. I'm assuming everything, so 8 out of 10. Sorry, I forgot to consider the teachers. Yeah, the teachers didn't really change anything to improve the vibe of the school and, you know, relationship between students. So for that, I think I'd give it like, neutral 5. Food, I don't know anything about it, so 7 out of 10. Facilities, 10 out of 10, definitely. Yeah, I've seen the school myself before, and it's pretty big. Yeah, CHIJ to Payoh. Best thing about the school, hot girls. Ew. Worst thing about school, mean girls. Best experience in school, graduation tea and getting scolded. What? Getting scolded? How's getting scolded the best experience in school? Worst experience in school, becoming prefect. Yeah, rate the school 8 out of 10. Alright, well, I give it a 10 out of 10 because they're hot girls. Like, that's the best, bro. Okay, I'm just kidding. I can't really judge based on this, but yeah, fine. I give. Sorry, I can't rate the school. So I just follow her instincts. I rate the school as a whole 8 out of 10. If you guys don't mind. Singapore Chinese Girls School, SCGS. In lower primary, there are a lot of activities, a lot of leadership opportunities to take up. Worst thing about the school, I can't really think of something bad about the school. Best experience in school, helping out on lower primary sports day. Very cute to see the lower primary students play. Then we celebrated by drinking Milo. Being in the prefectorial board allowed us to organize different activities. The people there were quite nice as well. Worst experience, wasps. Got stung before. It like flies into the classroom and does not want to go out. Then almost everyone starts screaming. Again, this can happen anywhere. 9.17 out of 10. Pretty accurate. Yeah, the school vibes. I'd say there's a lot of interaction between different cohorts, so I love that. For that, I give it a 9 out of 10. No, 9.5 out of 10. School activities, 9.5 out of 10. Academics and teachers. I feel like the school itself really gives like responsibility to students. I think that's really important. So for that, I give it a 9 out of 10. I don't really know about the academic stuff. Food, don't really know. 7 out of 10. Facilities, I also don't really know. So 7 out of 10. Frontier Primary Primary School. She said she doesn't know what to answer for question 1 and 2, so she skipped those questions. Best experience in school. Children's Day. Get to donate money in turn for tokens that are spent on food, etc. Worst experience in school. One teacher's violent action. Whack classmate beside me with a book. Wow, that's pretty bad. I mean, one of my teachers in primary school threw my friend's book because she didn't do her homework or something like that. But yeah, beating up a student, like in the past there was stuff like that, but now it's kind of banned. Rate the school 8 out of 10. Alright, I can't really judge the school, but I really want to know like the actions taken by the school, because even if, you know, a teacher's a little bit, you know, I feel like it's important for like, you know, for example, the principal, you know, people who are at a high position in the school itself, like how they take actions to prevent this from happening again. I think that's the key part. Yeah, I give it a 6. I can't really judge. 6.6 out of 10. Alright, the culprit was my sister. Next school. West Grove Primary. Best thing about the school. Fun school community. Teachers and friends were close. Worst experience. I'd be paid, to be honest. Best experience in school. There's a lot though, but overall I've met people who really changed my life, and I'm grateful to have been given opportunities to develop myself. Worst experience. Fell down once and it hurt. Guys, this can happen anywhere. Oh my god. Alright, rate the school 9 out of 10. So like, West Grove Primary, there's nothing bad about the school. And I'm curious where the 1 out of 10 went. Is it because she fell down once and it hurt? Like, is it just that experience which made the rating of the school drop down to 9 out of 10? If it is, then please rate the school as 10 out of 10, because falling down, that can happen anywhere. It's not the school's fault. And what really struck me is the fact that she met people who really changed her life. I think that's such a rare thing to say. Like you don't meet people who change your life. I mean, well, you know, technically every person you meet, every experience that you have changes your life. But the fact that the people that she met in primary school changed her life, wow. The school vibe, 10 out of 10. School activities, I'm not really sure, but I feel like she really enjoyed the school. 8 out of 10. And what's next? Academics and teachers. Yeah, teachers and friends were close. It's pretty uncommon to have that bond between teachers and friends. Most of the time, teachers kind of look down on the students. They still keep that teacher-student relationship, and I think it's better if schools start to have that kind of like friendship, you know, between teachers and friends. For both people, I mean, it's just the age that's different, and there are things that teachers can learn from students as well. So So I think that should really change in any school. Oh my god, I hate this fly. Move on. Food, I don't know, 7 out of a 10. Facilities, I also don't know, 7 out of a 10. But I feel like it's a really good school. I mean, maybe it's just that she was lucky, you know, but still, you know, a good school.